Hello everyone, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of Hustle Castle. The last quite a few videos I've been out there complaining about my squad and how much improving I needed to do. So today's video I'm going to talk about some of the improvements I made and help the decisions that I went through and things that I tried and didn't try, and the progress I've made. And it's actually, my squad is doing better. Wouldn't say that it's necessarily where I was before, but I'm certainly doing better. So the goal here of this video is just to cover what the changes I made and the thought processes I had, and then other things I'm going to do moving forward, hopefully make things better. And at the end of that, I might open up a couple chests to add some more gems into some of my empty slots that I have too, like I mentioned before. So no idea how long this is going to go. It might be fairly short, it might be fairly long, since I do tend to ramble on a bit, but let's see how it goes. So my total squad power, I think it might even be my historic high. Obviously this isn't the most important thing. So I was running at 14.7 million, and I couldn't beat anybody. Once I went to the 7-man squad, and the setup I had, I was running 2 tanks, and I couldn't beat anybody. Well, I could, but I couldn't beat on any regular basis. People that were higher than me, no chance. People that were lower than me, a couple million lower than me, could beat me on a regular basis. And it was getting quite frustrating, because before I would be the lower powered one, I could beat higher powered people on a regular basis. So I needed to start, rethinking what to do. So my first thoughts when I started, I kind of backed up a little bit from the event after being burned out in that a little bit. Didn't do my dailies. I'd log in a little bit here and do a fight in the arena here and there. Maybe do a PvP fight just to, try some things. And I got the idea, like, I need to go back to the basics. Like for me, my way, I'm especially on the lower levels, what I do is I have archers, archers in this game. Like on a 6-man squad, I'd run 3 archers, because that's where all the damage is coming from. And now that I'm up here, I have 2, which I know most people don't even run 2 archers at this level. Most people run tanks, assassins, mages, and things like that. So what I wanted to do is just to try to figure something out. So the 2 tank setup was not working for me. They still kept dying. They weren't protecting everybody like I wanted, because most people just either have backstab coming to the back, or they have people automatically going to the mages, and it just wasn't working. So I took out my paladin, put my paladin on the sideline, and tried to put in my other ranger. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a ranger here with no ancient sets, all legendary, level 100. So I put that person in there and did some fights, and didn't really see any effect. They weren't doing much, a couple percent damage and things like that. Nothing too crazy. And so I was like, well, they're basically in there for support. And it's like, what's the point? I could level them up and build a full ancient set, and they would be more helpful for sure. But is that really what I wanted to do? So, and it certainly wasn't going to help me for immediate testing. So then I had the thought, it's like, well, you can actually put some mages in there without having full ancient sets, and they can be productive. So one of the things you could do is an insta kill. So I went in there to do my insta kill. So this was my archer, who was Julie, was my 3rd archer. So I started going through looking for an insta kill, and then I remembered this weapon. So I didn't even get to the insta kill yet. And this is the Terror of the Seas one, which a lot of people are running, and it was highly effective. And the more chemistry, get all my games mixed up, the more spell power I have, the more useful it's going to be. But this is one that doesn't necessarily need to be up to an ancient level to be effective. So I put this one in there, Terror of the Sea wands, and did some fighting, and started seeing some improved results. So even though this isn't fully ancient, no ancient, not even fully legendary, I was getting some better results, because the support person would go in there and give me some support, essentially. So this would do a little bit of healing. Didn't really show much. That wasn't happening too much. That was not all that useful. This certainly was messing some people up, where it would cause some extra damage, and then it would it was only taking more damage. I thought it was something else. But yeah, so that was, slight improvement for sure, but nothing significant. And there's a little bit of extra damage, which isn't huge considering my mages are not doing a lot of damage. So then, went through, I was going to go back to insta-kill again, and then I remembered I had the angel wand. For those of you that remembered, a couple of videos ago, I went and took my angel wand off of my Alpha James here, my incinerator, and I gave him the new dinosaur wand, which everybody, hey, how do I get out of here? There we go, which everybody was running. So this is my new dinosaur wand, which made a huge difference in my squad. So when I was really struggling, I made this change, and that was huge. So my incinerator is one of my biggest DPS people all the time now. So this was a huge change, but I don't have the angel wand anymore. So what I ended up doing is I put my angel wand on Julie again. Where'd she go? She's hiding behind my hero. There we go. And, you know, just to take one step back, I, you know, got my spearman up there. What's he called? My legionnaire. He was running, and this is more or less like an assassin. I had him, he actually is more effective for me than my assassin was, but still, you know, it's somebody that's set up like an assassin. So we got tank weapon and a archer armor, so they're doing more damage, but they die fairly quickly. But again, better than the assassin, but still not the answer. So again, moving forward now, back to the angel wand. So I took Julie here and I gave her the angel wand. Huge difference. So immediately, you know, switching from this to the angel wand, she started doing some good stuff, and I started being closer to where I was before in the past. That was a massive change. And then the thought of, sorry about that, get that out of the way. Then I had the thought of, well, you know, I have somebody in here already that has some ancient stuff going. So I went and took my priest, and it's like, wait, I'll just swap out his heal wand, which wasn't all that effective anyway, for the angel wand. So now I went ahead and changed my angel wand back to an ancient item. So it's not ruined at this point, but it's still effective. You know, you're still going 4.2 seconds of, you know, making people all messed up and, you know, taking less damage, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that the angel wand's getting, and that is huge. So I have that, and then I went ahead and what else did I do? I went ahead and I got an ancient amulet, which I already had, and I just, you know, brought it up to ancient level. And then one of these, I think this one, my armor. So this one, this is not the best for this person because I actually have a resurrection soul here. But for this armor, this is the best ooh, look at that. Huh. Well, I didn't know you could do that. I don't like that one, but huh. I knew that ability was there, but I didn't know how to do that. Well, that's interesting. How else do I do that? Can I click on that? Huh, how about that? Well, that's exciting. I know you guys already do that, but I surely didn't know that. Anyway, so where was I? Here. So this is still better. You know, it gives me a chance at another resurrection. Got some good slots in here and stuff like that. So right now I'm running 4 out of 6 priests, so he does a little bit of healing, but in most of the fights I look at his numbers, he's not doing anything significant, but he's just there for support. And he'll do some healing, he'll do some reses here and there, but he's really there just for this angel wand to mess people up. And with that change, it's, like I said, I'm not back to where I was before, but it is quite huge. So I'm going to go in and do an arena while we're here, especially since it's fairly quick. I think I won't analyze the stats too long because these load screens are fairly slow and it doesn't give me time to prepare too much. But so now, and I don't know if this is related or not, it's probably the time of day when I've been going in, but I've been matched up with a lot lower total powered teams. You know, I'm against the 20s and the 21 millions as well, which obviously I did beat. After I made these changes, a 20 million fighter fought me and I was at 13.6 or something like that, and they lost. So, you know, that goes to show that this setup is working, and there's 15s, 16s, and 17s that are losing now. And I don't win everything, of course, but I am significantly more stable. All right, so I'm gonna just do my normal fighting here, where I look for the first 5 lowest, because that in general the people I'm interested in fighting. And I know I can hit the arrows, but I like to see where people are actually situated. So again, it must have been the time of day because now everybody's really high again. So, all right, so it looks like I'm gonna have to fight 16 million. So we'll see. I want to see what their setup is here. And usually one of my first things I do here is to find somebody who lost in my bottom 5 that I'm interested in fighting. And I don't want to fight him. I like to save them for later. So I'm going to look at some of these 16 million. Some of these will probably lose, and you know, maybe we'll have a chance at that one. So, I mean, this isn't gonna, like I said, fight to fight. It differs all the time because you go up against completely different squads, completely different strengths and stuff like that. So, you know, I've had a few where there's been like, I'll fight him. Oh, and they got the new storm, which I'm still working on, you know, getting my essences going there. But I've had a few where I've had like, you know, 4 or 5 at like 18, 19 million plus. So, you know, that makes things a little bit slower for sure. So it's hard to tell what's going on with watching a fight this fast. Obviously I lost. They were stronger. And and with the emulator, I can't really go through too much other than trying to quickly analyze. And I did find that my Annihilator is, or my whatever you're called, Maddie here, is much more effective than my Paladin. She's not, it is my Annihilator. She hasn't been quite as helpful. And one of the other things I'm going to do, I decided I'm going to fully legendary gems on my on Maddie here. So that means that now I'm going to do some crits and some dodges, just because I want to. That's really why. It'll increase my power, make me stronger. Because the real reason is I noticed that she does do a lot of dodges and crits, and that will help in that. But obviously, it'll raise my power, so that's might affect my gem bay in a negative way. So again, he didn't do a whole lot, but that's not really what his point is. So I can't spend too much time there because we'll miss the next round of fighting. But before that change, I would be wiped out in seconds, and it was certainly quite ugly. So it seems like this is a positive move, and I still have, we got a minute left. I still have lots of changes I can make. I need to go through and revisit all my runes. I need to revisit all of my drawing a blank again. My brain is not working. Been overly tired. Jump into a training plan where I'm up early every morning running, so it's wiping me out. Artifact. So yeah, I need to revisit my artifacts, all my runes and things like that. So everything is going to be changing, and hopefully still improving, but lots of changes I can hopefully still make. So Filet will go again. So if I win that, it'll be 225. Everybody else is up here except for K. We got 14. We'll do K first, and then hopefully Filet will beat K, and then I can beat Filet later. That's going to be my goal there. Again, very low, so we can go a little slower here. So I got the numbers off. I mean, being able to read all this, I think to do it with what San does, where he goes and analyzes all these things and checks out all these numbers and sees what's going on, I just need to watch them in slow motion and watch them over and over, because there's just so much going on. It's really hard to tell what's going on. So I would have to analyze that and then add it into the video later. So right now I don't have the time to do that, but that would be the best way obviously to improve. So so Maddie, look at that, 7 dodges, 1 crit, which wasn't huge, but so she's just a beast out there for sure. And that is one of the reasons, because since my hero is so weak, if I have a long battle, it's usually not going to work out in my favor. So I need to make it quick. 5 kills, 6 kills, man, there's a lot of reses on that side for all the kills that I had. So 12% healing. So Tony did a little bit there. Yeah, so I need to get my fights over quick, and I usually do. That's usually my goal. But the longer fights, then the teams that have the stronger heroes, the damage over time and all the increasing powers over time are things that come back and haunt me and certainly hurt me and make it more difficult for me to be successful. All right, so what do we got left? We got 3 fights left. We got a 9. We got a Filet who can't beat anybody. It's 16. So we got one more person in front of us we need to fight and hopefully win. So we'll keep an eye on everybody here. We'll save it for later. We don't want to jump in front of anybody right now. So if somebody loses, I'll do the fight. So this will be our next one probably. 16. And if I get 150, 360, we would jump in front of Cat. So we might fight Cat. You beat Cat, so we're going to fight Cat. And if I win, that'll put me up maybe a little higher than I want to be, but that's a big if. So we'll see. With these slow screens here. Again, hard to tell what's going on. Oh, there we go. We got saved there by that priest. The priest revived our Darkula, who came in there and put the finishing blow, which was huge. We were ahead and then started struggling. So Darkula, 22%, very nice. Look at that, James is just a beast. So changing that dinosaur wand was huge. So thank you to everybody who suggested that. That was one that a lot of people suggested. 28% healing. So Tony, he's just there for support. He's not there to put up any humongous numbers. So yeah, the thing I don't know is gem bay. Once I start powering up or putting in the purples for crits and dodges, excuse me, it might make it more difficult, but Djembe is not that easy anyway as it is. I haven't done a full start to finish run on Djembe yet since I've done this setup. I have one ready to go with a new squad, so I'll test that. I was going to do it here, but I think there's not going to be time because it'll make this video longer. But I want to be successful in Djembe. I don't want to have like you could focus your squad and make a really good in the arena or really good in Djembe or whatever, but they're not going to be a jack of all trades. And that's kind of what I usually try to do, is just a jack of all trade here. So I want to be successful in Djembe, so when the events come up, that is how you get a lot of good stuff. So I don't want to sacrifice that. All right, so AP, we might try to fight. What are we running here? We got 36 seconds. I can't figure this out yet. Everybody's running this. All the top people running this one for sure. Okay. I'm not going to have time to visit the rest of his squad yet, so hopefully he wins and stays in front. In Filet, we will fight. Okay, he stays in front. I'm going to do this one for right now. Should be an easy win, but don't know the squad they're running. Even some of the the people that are doing the massively efficient builds with my previous squad, somebody with 9 million, I might not be able to win. So now that I'm doing this, it seems like that's not as bad as it used to be. So that's good. So the changes have definitely been helpful. Again, I don't know if this is helpful for anybody, because what I have, the gear I have is not the same the gear that everybody else has, but it is my way of thinking. And maybe, if you're struggling in your squad, you can go back and, try to analyze in the same way as that, and it'll, ooh, look, Filet won. Fantastic. Maybe that will help you out. So that's kind of the goal here, because I know a lot of people struggle with getting successful squads. All right, so if I win and I get 200-ish, that would put me at 769-ish. So that's going to be best, will be third. So if there's no chance whatsoever for me getting third, then I'm just going to take here and hopefully get the win against a 16 million. Sam, so we got a minute to figure out if I do need to make the decision. Very good Head of Terror, which is hard to beat. I have not been successful with that one. And this one we already looked at, right? It's got a fairly okay Ankh. 40 seconds. Okay. All right, what are we running here? Sam lost. Okay, so an easy win. Not that this is going to be easy. So who did Sam lose? Sam lost to you, so that means I have to fight Sam. You know what? Why not? Go big or go home, right? Let's do it. All right, Sam, what do we got? Head of Terror. Let's see how bad it's going to be. Against me, that is. Ooh. All right, good. Keep it going. Oh, come on. Oh, so close. 220. Again, my fights are quick. I either lose fast or win fast. All right, what happened here? Darkula happened, and Incinerator, Angry Dinosaur. Yep, I know it. All right, well, that was a good fight. We were close. 2 million less power, and it was a close fight. A couple rolls of the dice here and there, we would have won that one. Stronger hero also, we would have won that one too. But that's a whole nother can of worms. All right, so we finished 6th. What do we have here? Anything? So if we would have won that 220, 789, we would have been second, third-ish. We would have had a chance for sure. And if I did the 150, it would have been 709. We would have been fourth. So yeah, that is certainly the way I want to go on those for sure. Going for the win, or at least the top 3 anyway. All right, so that's what I got. So things are better, but oh shoot, one of the other things I was going to do is go through and open up some of these Djembe chests, so I can actually get some more gems to start installing. But I got a Djembe running, and like I said, I'm not going to run through that right now. So I'll do that for another video. I got a bunch of them going to start loading up. I think it's, even though it won't be, the purples are not as efficient as oranges for overall power and being efficient in power, but it is still going to give me useful strength. So I am going to go through and open some of those up. Like, I need to get, I am high in demand of spell power, so any spell powers need to get going on many people here. Health is also one that I need. Maddie's just needing crit and dodges, so like I said, I'm going to and some damage. I think I'm going to try to get her all orange. Lots of missing spots here for damage. And there's lots of crits and dodges here, which I won't be working on right away, but I need the damage too. So any damages I can get, if I can get those purples, I think it'll be helpful. Lots more health. So I got lots of improvements I can do. And I think putting purples into those is going to be helpful. And like tons of spell power here, tons of spell power here. And these are people that can really benefit from it because they're doing a lot of good things. So, so I'm going to open those up in probably the next video, just blast through a bunch of them. We'll get a bunch of them inserted, which will increase my power and hopefully not too much, but enough to make me stronger to compete in like some of these fights. I would have been a little bit more useful. And as you saw, my historic high is 14.7. I'm at 14.1 now, so I'm definitely on the lower side. But I'm also working on getting, there we go, Tony up to a 6 of 6, and right now he's a 4 of 6. So I don't even have the ring set on this person yet. So, and the armor, or the armor soul, casting stasis, I think it's okay on this one. I'm not sure, but now that it only costs me 1 to replace, I don't mind putting something in, and I can come back later and use 1 essence and replace it. And only 100,000 mithril, not too bad. So, okay, well, I'm going to wrap it up there. Like I said, I was going to do a couple more things, but I got the general message across, and the other stuff we'll go ahead and cover the next video. So, and anybody who's interested, the random people I threw in to fight, they're up to level 73. So I'm on my way to having 2 more level 100 fighters. Probably won't do anything with them, but hey, why not? They're not doing anything right now. So, because my iron and my wood are constantly maxed out. Don't need them except for when the donkey cart comes out. Not sure if it's coming anytime soon, but that's usually a one-time purchase, and then I just refill it by fighting against people on the map. So, okay, well, I think I am going to wrap it here. So that is what I did. That is how I was able to get to where I am now. Hopefully I can be a little bit more successful going forward, and I will continue to keep tweaking with the souls and the artifacts and the runes and things like that. So anyway, hopefully everybody had a good weekend and ready for another week. And until the next time, this is QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you later. See ya.